time to get wise. So, there is no way that you are gonna spend your life doing something you hate now that will bring you happiness in the future. Hello, cat. There is just no way. And this is something that the youth in particular, it's so well indoctrinated, and they just don't understand. They actually think I'm teaching them, but it's hard because they just don't get it. Anyway, so somebody was saying to me, oh, instead of you wasting your time with whatever you're doing, how about we do something like you want to do anyway on Instagram and on this and on that, so how about we sell something, we find something, we sell something, and at least we put some effort in, and in so long, so much time, we're gonna be rich. And yeah, so I said to him, nothing about that appeals to me. Nothing. That's when I think of that, all I think is problems, things that I need to fix, struggle to find what the fuck you're gonna sell, you're not interested in selling, putting up with stupid clients, spending a lot of time figuring out how to make yourself visible on social media, like everyone is selling something. And not so when you do something just thinking that so you do it for the money, you are money's bitch. There is no way to get rich, even if you die trying. It's just as simple as that. And this is something that so few people understand. They think I'm not motivated, I'm not ambitious, I'm not me. By my standard, I am extremely successful because I run my life on the 80-20 rule. I don't even swim. When I swim, I don't swim in the ocean, so I'll get tired and not be able to swim back. No, I always swim across the shore, the shoreline, so that when I'm done swimming, I just walk out. I never ever swim stupidly. Oh, swim, so I have somewhere to come from. No, that's not 80-20. That's, fuck knows what that is, but that's no fun. I don't even ski. Vroom! With the ski, 20%, it's fun. 80%, get the lift, find that, or struggle to come back up. The ratio is off. I don't even cook much because it's 80% effort, 20% pleasure. Unless someone loves cooking, the process itself. So I'm talking about my values. I'm not sitting to argue what suits random son of a bitch that decides to comment to this. No. I'm looking at my value system. I'm looking what's giving me the best ratio, and the ratio should be at least 80-20. So to my standards, to my value system, I'm definitely a success because I'm enjoying more than 80% of my day, of my moment, of my life. So I find it perverse at best and ill-willed at worst to for people that have miserable lives, that become parents and push their kids into the same misery. Call it tradition, call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that's why I even said to my own mother when she was trying to push me into her shit, I said, look at your life. I wouldn't wish your life on my worst enemy. So there is absolutely nothing, because she was not teaching me anything. She learned fuck all from her misery. Fuck all. She was trying to push me into her misery. Not to do better, but to do what she did, seeing full well the shit she created for herself. Like, why the fuck would you open your mouth? At least had you learned something. And why would you wish? How perverse, how sick must you be to tell your child your life is in shambles, you hate every minute of your life, you're in constant compromise, your man throws himself under the train at the age of 38, he hates your guts so much, and you forced him into whatever, because he's the first man that I held hands with, the first man that I kissed, so I married him, so wait, and that's the way to do it. Yeah, so I have the best years of my life wasted in misery like you. Literally the prime of my life wasted in misery like you. And then have the man literally so sick of my ass and seeing no exit other than a train. I mean, seriously? And that's what every parent, so many of the parents do. So the same with the business, the same with the choices of the most miserable, sour, bored, how can I say, corrupt lawyers and doctors that know, or actors that know they sold their life and their everything, the biggest corporate whores, teach their kids, oh, you should go in my footsteps. Why? Because it was so fucking wonderful. You don't know how to drug yourself, cheat everyone, and do whatever you can to escape your miserable reality, and you drag your kids into the same shit. Shame on you. So the same thing goes, as it goes for life, so it goes for business. There's absolutely nothing that you hate doing that will get you anything worthwhile. Oh, you just sacrifice the best years of your life, so when you're 50, you're gonna be drugged out of your mind. You're gonna fucking wrap yourself around a pole in a drunken or drugged stupor in your big fucking 200,000 euro Ferrari or whatever the fuck. Yeah, and whoop-de-doo. And you're gonna pay prostitutes to hear your bullshit stories or whatever. So no, that I don't call that success. Success cannot come at all. Happiness, success, and joy cannot come from misery. You go and you be miserable for how many years, so at some stage, in some possible future, oh, you are so wise because you sacrificed the prime of your life for some bullshit price or some bullshit reward or life when you're ready to retire, or retire at 40 or retire at 50 or whatever delusion you have. No, I don't believe in that. I would never ever tell anyone that I meet to do that, that's younger than me and so on. No, I would never say that. I think that's perverse. I think that's sick. And I think that's shameful to say that to kids. To sell themselves like cheap prostitutes for the hope of $1. And I so love the shit that's gonna come with the financial system. I absolutely love it, because all the corporate whores that hoarded and sacrificed and sold their lives and their souls and their integrity for the $1, so many of them are gonna remain with just a wasted life and just a wasted time, because absolutely nothing is gonna have value that they thought has value. So that's why in every moment you know in your instinct that this, what you're doing now, It's not gonna ensure your future. So many people say even now to me, oh, but you've got no kids. What you gonna do when you're gonna be old? Well, I'm not gonna wait pissed off that no one's coming to visit me for the third Christmas in a row, and at 70 they're gonna fight who's gonna put me in a home. That's what I'm not gonna do, which is you lot. You are all gonna be in this situation. So yeah, that's not gonna be me. And I'm not gonna have remorse, and I'm not gonna have reproach and get myself in a situation where I need to be helped just to be compensated for the life that I wasted on some kids. So no, kids are not insurance policies. They don't come here for you, they come here for themselves. And who doesn't understand that, they're gonna have a very rude awakening when time comes. And it's well deserved. You should not bring another soul onto the earth, onto the planet, just so you're insured for when you're old and crippled. You should just not get old and crippled. You should look after yourself. You should have some personal responsibility and not destroy your body in the good years so you don't end up all fucked up in your 70s and 80s. You should be partying and doing your thing and having a good life even until you die. That's my opinion. And if you don't ruin your body and don't destroy yourself chasing what you hate, doing what you hate, chasing what you think is gonna give you security, because no amount of money, no amount of physical things is gonna provide any security. Look at the real estate. Look at the financial system. Look at everything around you. Look how many people. There are two stories I have. There was one guy that helped me with something a couple of years ago, and he was all pissed off, and he said, oh, I sat here and I sacrificed all my life, and it's coming to my pension, and look at the situation of the world. I will come to my pension years and I'm not going to be able to retire. And I'm like, yeah, so it should be. You sold out. You sold out. It's as simple as that. If you make money and some security your God, that's your false God. It prostituted you your whole life until now. What did you think that, oh, it takes notes, what a good whore you've been, and it's gonna reward you at the end? No, it doesn't work like that. So it's not me. I'm just stating facts. I didn't create the system. I'm just observing it, and I'm living my life according to what I see it's happening. How many people cheat themselves and then they bitch that the system did it? No. So that's what I said to this kid. I said, no. I'm not gonna start doing something I hate, because at some stage, irgendwann, sometime later, I'm gonna be rewarded for it. Reality doesn't work that way. Because he said, oh, but just to see how perverse, he says, oh, I wish I had your problems to figure out what shoes go with what purse and what jacket should you wear with. I wish I had your problems. And I was like, yeah, exactly. And still, you who wishes you had my problems, you're trying to fuck my reality up so that I have your problems. Hating every moment of every day, thinking that all this hate will amount to something good. That's very bad math. And again, I'm going to say the story of this. This is not the story, this actually happened. A guy was walking in, by some beach somewhere in the States. I saw an 80-year-old man crying. And an older man, but he was around 80, because he mentioned it himself. And he said, he asked the old man, what's happened? What's the problem? Can he help him? And so on. And he said, no, you can't actually help me. He said, here I am watching the surfers and thinking my whole entire life, I could have done this. I could have done what I love. I could have surfed as I wished. My whole life, I could have done this. And now it's too late because I was too busy following what everyone says is the right thing, hold a job I hated for a pension that I'm too crippled to enjoy, and to keep a family I didn't want in the first place. I've wasted my life. I could have not done any of these, worked just as much as I needed to survive, to have a plate of food and just enjoy the waves every day and surf every day. That would have made me happy. And here I am, 80 years of age, and I realized I fucked up my whole life because I've done what other people thought was right. And who told him that? His freaking parents that were miserable and compromised as it was. And so people say, but if everyone was thinking like you, there will be no humans. Whoop-de-fucking do. And wow, what a fucking, that's so worrisome. You shouldn't feed this beast of a system anyway with more souls. Why the fuck, what? There will be no humans. Wow. Oh. One less cockroach. I'm so worried. And then someone that has the family name of the state, he was of the state, city. He's from another culture, so they don't actually have family names per se. They take their first name and then the name of the city they're born in. So they have that as their surname. And he said, oh, but how is your family name gonna be passed on? I'm like, seriously, this kind of answer, you can see it's a drone talking. Who programmed that into you? That makes absolutely no sense. What the fuck do you care about some name? How many names do you, okay, you know that such and such and such and such has done such and such. How is that keeping anyone else warm? I don't know. There are some concepts that are absolutely so idiotic, and people do things for the absolute stupidest reason. So no, in the name of retrocausality, there is absolutely no way that who you need to become will ask you. So you in the future will ask the you now to hate every moment of every day, doing something you don't have any desire or talent just to get the money for some future that you can't even guarantee. It doesn't make sense. So no, I would not sacrifice today for tomorrow. I would not sacrifice a moment. I will not do anything I do not want to do. Even the job. I changed jobs and businesses, and I tried things until I found shit I wanted to do. And then the rest of the time I occupy with the hobbies I want to have. As long as you chase the money, so the money is your goal, therefore your God, you will have a miserable time, maybe get the money, but I promise you now, you will arrive to where you think will make you happy. You're gonna look around you and say, what the fuck? This was it? So that's why, no. My tomorrow takes care of itself. It's none of my business, my tomorrow. The same way as I didn't choose to be here today. Something else keeps me here. Whoever keeps me here is in the business of providing for me. It's in the business of taking me out when it wants to, when my thing here is done, whatever it is. In the meantime, I'm just here for a good time. That's all I can say. Don't be stupid. Don't sell out. You won't get it, regardless how big your house, regardless how big your car, regardless how fine is your whore, regardless how many 2.5 kids you got. Look, stop being so programmed that you think you're wasting the best years of your life thinking you know what the fuck you're doing. You're preparing for a future that's not guaranteed. Look at what happened in the past 3 years. Your right to travel was taken away. Everything is so conditioned now. Your right to do business was taken away. Your right to breathe was taken away. Your right to breathe. In some countries, your right to eat. Your right to get food. What fucking future do you think you have control over? All you have is your now. And if now you sell it, you give it for something as pathetic and as evil as money, thinking that that will bring you security, you suffer of a mental disorder. There is no way you will get to a future that will satisfy you. Look around you at all the corporate sellouts. Look at their daily lives. Really look at what you think you wish, and don't think you're smart because you're 30 and 40 and you're struggling now, because then when you're 50, what? You're gonna look like shit, you're gonna feel like shit, and the life has just been pulled from underneath you. And for absolutely everything, including someone to talk to you, you will have to pay, because you ain't worth shit. You're not interesting. You're a bore. You're an entity that doesn't put a shadow on the ground. You've got no personality. Why? Because your entire life you were a sellout to money. Do not follow the money. Make money your bitch, not the other way around. And yes, whoever says money is the root of all evil, oh, the love of money and blah, 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 semantics. Money is the root of all evil. It cuts creativity, it cuts imagination, it cuts inspiration, it cuts joy, it cuts everything. So when you follow this evil thing called money and you make it your God, because if you don't follow your instinct is telling you you don't want to do this, whatever it is you think you want to do. Even selling on Amazon and shit like this. Oh, I made 10,000 a month. Oh, whoop-de fucking do. Oh. Look what you're supporting. Look what unless it is something that you actually, obviously a Virgo and a Capricorn and so on, they're so into the physicality of it. Kitty, excuse you. Hello. So there are star signs that are born to keep the earthly things going. So I'm not saying if it's what you love doing, paperwork and dealing with customers and packing orders and getting orders and doing invoices and blah, blah, blah. If that gives you joy, more power to you. Absolutely follow your joy. But the bottom line is, if it doesn't, and you do it just for the money, like my friend was asking me to just, to just start something. So instead of doing what I'm doing with my other hobbies and so on that I use social media for, and this thing here, instead of this, I should do something more worthwhile, more... No, this is what's worthwhile for me. And then I gotta cook. And then I gotta do something else, and probably I'm gonna go party. And I gotta book my trip for next weekend and so. So I've got better things to do than to do something and to manipulate and to outsmart and to market and to rah. It doesn't interest me. So if it doesn't interest me, there is no way it's gonna bring me money. Because there are people that love doing this, they do this naturally, and I don't stand a chance. For this, what I do and what, pardon me, I love doing, another person is not born for. They wouldn't know what from where. So we gotta do what we love. We gotta follow the love, not the money. We gotta follow the love, that which we love doing. That will place us in the right spot in our circle of influence, and is gonna provide us with what we need, not the other way around. And that's why I said yesterday, follow your instinct. And your instinct is saying, I like this, I don't like that. I want to do this, I don't want to do that. Your mind will push you into prostitution, prostitute your time and your life for money. That's prostitution. I don't care what you call it. How important and respectable your job is. As long as you do something because of the money it pays you, you're a whore. It's simple as that. There's no other word. Corporate or otherwise. Of course, business is business, but understand that you selling out will bring you no satisfaction, so you will not feel successful. I feel very successful because I satisfy my values. I live according to my values. So yeah.